Hello everyone, it's Kanoro here, and today I will be reviewing Comet Arms. Yes, I know Comet Arms has been out for going on 4 years now, but I used to play it way back when it first came out. I was told by one of my clan members on Blacklight, Super Savior, that Specialist took a major nerf, which I was quite happy to hear about, and that leveling up was a lot quicker, which in a way, I mean, that's not really that big of a deal to me, but the fact that a lot of these special items that were NX or GP for extremely high ranks, that kind of balanced things out a little more, so that was kind of good to hear about. So my curiosity was sparked. I was a former Warrock player, and what drew me into Comet Arms was the fact that the game was, like, not in the slightest degree pay to win. Everything was fair, everything was balanced, new and fresh, and I really enjoyed the game back in the day. I had a computer with horrible, absolutely terrible specs back then. It took me like 2 minutes to load maps. I got like 20 to 30 FPS in every game. I could only play 4v4 and I could barely record videos. I somehow managed to do it though, and that's what got my main channel popular. But the game was just that fun to me. First thing I noticed right off the bat is that the GUI has gotten a completely new makeover, and to be honest, I don't really like it. I mean, everything looks pretty, but it's just way too complicated, and it makes you have to think too much. The way the market's laid out and all that stuff, it's just a burden more than an improvement. I liked when things were more simple and you could just click where you need to click and go where you need to go. And it actually took me quite some time just to figure out how to turn my resolution to 1080p. I was stuck on 1024 by 768, which was not very pretty. I also noticed a few smaller changes, like this gun emporium. I'm not completely sure how it works, but it looks pretty interesting and it kind of brings a little more life to the game, in a sense. And I also noticed that in the marketplace you can no longer buy items for 1 day except for the generic weapons of each class, such as the M4, the MP5, so on and so forth. Which, I don't know why they made that change, but it's a bit frustrating. Like, jumping back into the game without my P90 was devastating because I'm already rusty as it is. And by rusty, I mean I'm just awful, I'm terrible. I have yet to get one game where I went positive, and it's pretty brutal, and I completely blame that on just the way the game's programmed. Anyway, 4 years later, I'm out of the house with mom. I have my own computer that can run this game like it's nothing, and pretty much any other game. So I decided out of curiosity to go back and check up on things. Upon joining matches, I could tell that the hacker problem wasn't exactly fixed, despite all my former fans saying, "Hey Kanoro, you should come back, all the hackers are gone." Three of the five games I joined initially had hackers in them, so that's definitely invalid information. The way the shooting works and the crosshairs work and the way the characters move is just super glitchy. Like, characters literally look like they're teleporting at certain times. They're just popping and twitching and all kinds of nonsense compared to every other first-person shooter I've played. It's awful. Eventually, not only did my computer barely handle the game, but it just got overrun by pay-to-win items, even though they had a promise on their site that they wouldn't release such items. And it also got overrun by hackers, so that just kind of did it for me. The community is still very terrible too. I got kicked from a game just for kindly asking for the elite moderator to disable explosives, which kinda took me by surprise. So when it all boils down, Comet Arms is still the exact same game, overrun by anorexically skinny females with speed gear and overpowered NX weapons who teleport and glitch everywhere so you can't hit them. That's what it's been, and that's what it is still to this day, unfortunately. So if you were unable to use your common sense based on this extremely long rant, which I do apologize for, I will not be playing this game again. I figured there was still a little bit of faith left in it, but after this reunion, I cannot ever see myself ever wanting to play this game again. I'm enjoying Blacklight a lot more than Comet Arms. There is nothing well, very few things about Comet Arms I like better than Blacklight. I mean, I do credit them for the great player lobby customization. It's just unrivaled compared to Blacklight. But pretty much as far as everything else, the shooting mechanics, the customization, the hackers, things like that, pay to win, all that bullshit, Blacklight just beats Comet Arms in every category. For those of you who still play Comet Arms and enjoy it, I did not mean to defend you. If I did, I apologize. But I do strongly recommend you give Blacklight a try and try to rid yourself of Comet Arms. It's just not worth it anymore. I know it's hard, I know you get dug into it, but there are better games out there than Comet Arms now. It was good for its time, but it's tainted. Please do not try to convince me otherwise. I have made my decision. I will not play, and I will not respond to any comments trying to convince me to come back to the game. So for those of you who do still play, I think you're wasting your time, but I think I might actually finally give away my character to someone. So don't bother me about it in private messages, please. If I decide I will do it, I will post a video. If not, please do not spam me with 10,000 messages asking for my account, like many people have already done in the past. So if you're interested, again, don't spam me with messages, just subscribe to Black Nyota, which is my new channel that I share with Time for Fight, and stay tuned.
Round start. Bravo team wins.